Vi er kørende. Godt så. Lad os se, om vi kan få den kørt rundt her. Jeg skal også egentlig pakke ud over for den anden der, så jeg er stadig ikke helt færdig med. Jeg har ikke den anden lejlighed, den er ligesom blevet en anden lejlighed. Det tog noget tid, men anyway. Så vi har skulle måske lige fikse kameraet op. Jeg vil se, om jeg kan få det der glas, det kunne være rart. Anyway, så vil det være en forløsning på et problem mindre i hvert fald. Men anyways, et problem tager det andet, tager det tredje, tager det fire. Det er en dejlig verden, vi laver jo, ikke? For os alle sammen. Hip hip rapper, det er bare dejligt, altså. Eller andet også. Fuldstændig dybt satanisk vanvidsverden. Nå, men lad os se. Og jeg kan i hvert fald se, der er en bog et eller andet sted. Prøv at se, om vi kan hive mobilen en lille smule, og så måske sætte den lidt tættere på. Okay, noget den stil, men jeg synes ikke rigtigt, jeg kan se, hvor meget den... Jeg synes, den er gået lidt i stå igen, altså. Og man skal ikke regne med, at tingene de ligesom spiller, om man vil. Er der... Okay, yes, okay. Så vi kan tænde her, ikke? Så er der et eller andet i vejen her. Okay. Og min Bluetta, den indtager 154 watt. Jeg tror maksimum, jeg har haft den op på 155, 156 eller sådan noget. Men det er jo foråret, eller begyndelsen af sommeren, hvordan man ser på det. Men altså foråret, og den svinger... Ja, den svinger selvfølgelig meget, ikke? Men lige nu er det okay, altså der er lidt hvidt udenfor, men andet end det, så giver den egentlig udmærket. Der er ingen anden årsag, så hvis jeg kun har jeg har 2 solpaneler connected, 210 watt solpaneler connected fra SunPower. Dem er de åbenbart stoppet med at lave. Dem fik jeg over fra England af, fordi jeg skulle have de mest effektive solceller, og hvad jeg forstod på det, så SunPower brugte deres egne solceller, som var de allerbedste. Det vil sige, selvom man fik nogle solceller fra SunPower, fra andre fabrikanter, så kunne de være dårligere. Jeg skulle selvfølgelig have de bedste, fordi jeg havde de dårligste, dårligste omgivelser. Nu har jeg jo så sat dem ud på altanen, og jeg får rimelig godt med strøm i forhold til i hvert fald, da jeg havde dem indenfor. Men det var sådan, da jeg flyttede over i den her lejlighed, så er det jo sådan, at jeg kan måske lige køre sådan her, ikke? Så er det sådan, at der står 2 vinduer derovre, ikke? Og jeg havde målt op, nu skal vi lige se, om den gider vende om. Og jeg havde målt op til, at de 2 vinduer, der kunne mine solpaneler lige være helt perfekt, altså. Men der var ikke særlig meget direkte belysning. Jeg har også et solpanel derovre, et 28 watt. Og det var egentlig fint, når problemet er, at jeg sidder i midten af altaner. Så det vil sige, lige ovenover er der en altan, og det havde jeg ikke lige tænkt over. Og det er jo sådan, at solen kommer jo kun højere og højere op på himlen. Og i og med, at den kommer højere og højere op på himlen, hvad sker der så? Så sker der det, at mine solpaneler ikke får noget sol. Allerede nu får de ikke særlig meget sol, direkte sol, hvis man hænger dem i vinduet. Så selvom jeg hængte dem i vinduet, og jeg kan ikke, på grund af, at der ligesom er sådan en mellemdimsedut der, så kan man ikke engang, det er ikke et stort vindue, nu har mobilen til synligheden problemer. Det er til synligheden ikke bare et stort vindue, der er hver, det er 2 vinduer. Hallo! Jeg skød mobiler også. Eller også fordi det kan være, hvis man installerer Android 7, at man vil måske have mindre problemer med alle de der sindssyge idiot-ting. Men altså, det er jo ved at være en gammel mobil og så videre der, og så sker der en masse ting. Og så går den ligesom i stå her. Så, there we go. For i hvert fald for nu. Så jeg kunne ikke bare sætte dem længere ned over min gamle lejlighed, eller min officielle lejlighed. For jeg har haft Jeg har haft en officiel lejlighed, og så har jeg været flyttet over i en anden midlertidig lejlighed, og nu er jeg så kommet over til en ny lejlighed. Meget mindre, samme husleje, fuldstændig vanvittigt, hvor meget tid jeg har brugt på alt det her, altså er sindssygt, altså. Fuldstændig vanvittigt. Men in any case, ressourcer, jeg ved ikke hvad, any case. Så jeg kan jo ikke bare sætte den lidt længere ned og så videre der, og så jeg valgte at sætte dem udenfor, og jeg ved ikke, hvordan jeg var ledes med det her sted, hvor jeg bor, og om de har tænkt sig at klage over det, eller hvad jeg har ledes, men nu har jeg i hvert fald prøvet at sætte dem ud, og jeg vil sige, det giver rigtig godt, altså. Ikke? Det giver rigtig, rigtig godt. Jeg vil sige, det giver faktisk super, super godt, altså. Jeg havde vist over i den anden lejlighed, hvor jeg havde de her solpaneler, eller den midlertidige lejlighed, hvor jeg havde solpanelerne. Jeg tror ikke, jeg havde haft dem over, eller jeg havde omkring, jeg tror jeg nåede 100 watt eller sådan noget. Og her er der så været op på 155 eller 56 watt. Jeg er ikke helt sikker, men jeg tænker på, at jeg nok skal komme lidt længere op. Og men jeg ikke regner med sådan kæmpe meget mere, altså. Men selvfølgelig sommerperioden, der skulle det jo gerne stige, og men solen kommer højere op, så det kan godt være, at vinklen på solpanelerne jo så bliver dårligere, men solen skulle stadig være kraftigere, jo højere den kommer op og så videre der, og det giver lidt mere energi. Men 153 watt, det er sådan set, det er meget, altså jeg vil sige, det var, altså det gav, med et solpanel, så gav, hvorfor snakker jeg dansk? Sorry, I'm talking Danish. I should have been speaking English. Maybe I'll just make another one here. Sorry, why was I talking Danish, you know? Maybe I should stop it and make another. Or maybe I just speaking Danish for the first 8 minutes or something like that. Is there a place where I can actually write anything? No. Okay. Anyway, so I put the sun panels out because because I couldn't really put them where I wanted it. You know, I was thinking just inside, behind the windows, and then begin from there. Just put them up and begin from there. Get some juice, but anyway, so that didn't really work out. I could see that was very little and all that because of the sun and because of this because there's a balcony just above where I am. So the only way to actually get the sun is to put them out on the front, which I don't know if they're going to complain about or whatever. But anyway, I did it. I put them up, fixed 6 square, I'm not sure what it's called in English, 6 square millimeters wire for the most part. So I also tried with some lesser wire, but I lost around 10% of the energy, I found out. Oh yeah, by the way, so using one solar panel, I got 80 to 83 watts. It was pretty good, and it's not even summer and all that, so that's pretty good. That was pretty, that's pretty nice, But when you put 2 sun panels together, I tested both of them and then gave around 80 watts, each of them. But putting them together makes them produce, in theory, they should produce 160 watts, right? If one panel produces 80 watts, the other should produce 80 watts. That's 160 watts, and as I saw on the one of them, it was like 83. So if that was possible to get 83, it should be 160 or above. But apparently, I'm not entirely sure why, but apparently it lessens. Now I don't know if it's a wire thing or something like that. I can do smaller things in regards of going a little higher in regards of the, but mostly I'm already up at 6 square millimeters, and that's pretty high. Although the input wire is, I think it's only 1.5. That's around a meter or so, maybe a little more of 1.5. And the panels have 4 square meters. Oh, sorry, square millimeters. But it goes 4 square millimeters from the SunPower panels, 2 of them, into a 4 square thing, fixing them together, and then into a 6 square millimeter, and then it goes over to inside and over to, and then the last input is 1.5 square millimeters. And of course I can do some minor things, or I can do some things to up the wire. The highest I've been able to see in regards to this kind of plug to insertion into the Bluetti is I think I might be able to do 2.5 square millimeters. I think it's possible to buy that, but yeah, it's just not, apparently they don't sell it with any higher than apparently 2.5 as far as I can see with this kind of plug for the input. I don't know if one could actually look into the Bluetti and begin to even modify the Bluetti itself, but might not be the best idea, but yeah, who knows. But it would, if one could connect, if I could actually connect directly to the input instead of this plug, and connect it directly into it by another, just connecting it in some sense, I could make the wire pretty much 6 square millimeters go directly into it. But anyway, because again, the more power that it's fixing through the wires, there might be more lost, apparently. I'm not entirely sure in regards of all this. I can't remember all the things and this and that, and I would need to do some calculations and all the math things and all that. It's just out of my brain and all that. I think about biblical things instead and all that, and I just can't do everything. You tend to throw things out the window. Every time you fill a book into the head, another book goes out. I just can't have all the data in my brain. Of course, it would have been a lot easier if people actually stood for the truth instead of all this confusion that is in the world. That the devil has, the devil has a way of sowing all this nonsense and diabolical things. But at the moment, it does 152 watts and 15 watts of output in regards to the computer and the computer screen that I have turned on at the moment. Let's see if we can see that. So this is my slim device that I used a lot of time fixing. It's a kind of it's like an old car in some sense. It's not very fast. It's very slow actually. It's not made for. I know we go with the issues in regards of they haven't in 7 years. I haven't seen a phone that is, that is really, good in any way, compared to the LG V20. So we see here 152 watts, but it should be doing 160 watts. I don't know if it's because that it's having, if there's, of course there might be some laws, but still I have 6 square millimeters mostly of cable wiring. No, I don't think actually that might. No, because I tried to connect it directly to it. So I don't think actually it's the wire. I'm probably not losing much energy at all in regards to the wiring I made. I think I'm losing very little actually. Of course I can connect the unit directly to the sun panels and I think I did that when I tested it, and there wasn't really much of a difference when I did the 6 square millimeters. And I had made some other things where I had put 7.75 square millimeters, that's lamb wiring pretty much, and I put them together, so in theory you get 1.5 square meter or millimeters wire, but I lost around 10%. Of course it was pretty, it was pretty long. It was around 20, well, in total, right, back and forward and all that, you had 24 meters of 1.5 square meters. So that's a lot. So with the 6 square meter, I have less of a, length, and I have 6 square instead of 1.5 square. So as I recall, in regards of testing and all that, I actually didn't see any difference in regards of when I put the 6 square on, besides directly putting the first wire into the system. So as far as I recall, that is pretty much no loss as far as I know. But whatever, I could still boost a little maybe in regards of the square, in regards of one cable here. It's probably not much in regards of loss and all that, but then again, a little might be a lot in the long run. So why not? So in regards of the connectors to the two panels, I want to get some 6 square meters instead. Apparently 6 square meters is the biggest of these kind of plugs that apparently they can handle they can handle 6 square meters at the most, apparently. That's the biggest, apparently. So if I just fix 6 square, when it goes 4 square millimeters and from the panels itself, if it goes to a 6 square, when it meets together, that makes sense, right? That it would actually go up. In regards to the flood, if you have one little flood going here and one little flood, it goes into, and then you want a bigger, so it flows. You want a little broader, a little more availability for the juice, because now you have 2 streams meeting. So instead of going out to the same kind of if you have 2 streams going to the same kind of the water needs to be pushing more to get through. In some sense, it needs to get. But anyway, so if it actually went to a 6 square millimeters, that would make sense. At least it wouldn't, it would still be higher than. So connecting and then go from 6 square, and then the end of the machine connection, I'll see if I can at least go up to a 2.5 square millimeters instead of 1.5. Now it's not that far and all that, but I still might be losing some energy. It's not like the cables are not, the cable's not really getting that hot either, so it doesn't seem to be. And even with the one, with the other cable as well that I had that was very long and all that, even if I saw that I lost a lot of energy, the cable didn't really get any hot, There wasn't anything that really seemed to overburn or anything like that in any way. But you could clearly see that I lost around over 10% of the energy that was produced. It generated around 150 watts, and I had around, I think it was 17 watts of loss. So that's over 10% that was lost. Now of course the cable was too long. I understand that. I could have taken the cable and made a lot less. Could have been interesting actually to do the 0.75 and see how much I would have lost with doing that. But whatever the case, it seemed to work. It's not like it didn't work. It worked with these cables that I started out with, but essentially you know, if you're going to lose 70 watts, you know, over a period of a whole summer or something like that, that's going to be a lot of energy that you're going to lose out on. And so why not just get a bigger cable, right? Or just to test it out and see if you could really see any big difference. So I went for this. I had some 6 square cable, hard cable, fixed them together, and I didn't have enough, I found out. So I ended up taking 2 wires and connecting them, you know, fixing the whole thing and taking it apart. And I had 2 cables, that was the longest. I started up using those, and then I found the 2 other long things, and I think that gave me 2.5 meters more. So I think I had around 4.5 meters in one of them and 2.5 meters in the other one, or something like that. So I have what, around 7 meters or something like that by connecting. It's just, you know, it's not it's 6, you know, it's no problem at, you know, pretty much, but it's not I need to get some real 6 square thing and all that to, you know, have the plugs and all that. But yeah, but just to see how it was working, and it's working pretty good. So I pretty much need to look into 3 things in regards to wiring. The input cable for the EB70, I need to see if I can get an upgrade to at least 2.5 square meters. In some sense, if I can get 2.5 square meters of cable to this kind of plug, I could actually clip it and make it shorter, and just make it so you could actually connect it to the, you know, then you wouldn't have a long, you would have a very short, you know, in regards to the fast stream in some sense of energy. So, and thereby you shouldn't have that much resistance and all that, so you shouldn't have much of a loss in any way. But I guess,